Ladies and gentlemen, this is the captain, and today this video is about a Simbrief. So I'm sure most of you have already played around with this app or the website called Simbrief, but this video is for those who haven't. And at the end of the video, I'm going to show you another simple way to make your life easy. What the Simbrief has done for us, or what the Navigraph has brought new on the table. So, Simbrief is a website. It's a free registration. You can register yourself. Once you register, you would get menu options on your left and a screen on your right, and very self-explanatory. If you're one of the guys who run flightsim and play on flight simulator, then this should be an easy run for you. So first, once you have a Simbrief, I would recommend you go on to saved airframes, and this is the place where you create a new airframe. Once you create a new airframe, like this airframe is the airplane that you're going to fly most often. So for me, I fly the 777, so I have created an airframe, and that makes my life easy when I'm about to run the flight simulator. And I'm going to show you how it does that. So I have this registration here with me. I'm just going to edit it. But once you go on an option of new airframe, you will get the same. So first is airframe info. You enter the required details that are over here. These are the details that you can personalize, like I have Sierra Romeo Romeo as a FIN number, Sierra Bravo Whiskey. So this is customizable as the way you would want. Same again with aircraft weights. Now this option, I would say, is the most important, because if you put the right weights, and if this weight matches with the aircraft that is then the flight simulator, the flight sim would probably run much better and will not have any issues while flying. The equipment is here. We just put the category, ETOPS threshold. If your company or you just want to play with any ETOPS threshold, you can do that. Contingency fuel, I put 10 minutes, reserve fuel of 30 minutes. That's usually a standard. And if you know the bias factor of the airplane that you are going to input or register, you can do that. Once you do that, you save your airframe, and your airframe stays here. So if you go on the left menu again, you'd see all different airplanes. If you want to enter a 737, that shows here as well. Coming to the next option, which will be new flight. So the idea is to create a new flight like a dispatcher, and once you create a new flight, this flight will automatically load onto your flight sim, and this just makes the whole experience seamless and more enjoyable, because that is how it is done in the real airline as well. So now here I can put a new airplane and then put all the details here, but instead, since I told you you have to make a new airframe, which I already did, I'm just going to select my favorite airplane, that's the 777-300. And what it's going to do is it's going to calculate all the speeds, flight levels, fuel based on this airplane and the information we entered in the saved airplane information, and it's going to plan a route for me based on that. So that is it. It makes life really easy, and I think that's the best way to do it. If you know any other better way, if you're watching this video, let me know, and I'll be happy to learn as well. Yeah. Now on top you have calculate, compare, briefing preview, save flight, share flight, and things like that. So first thing is to generate a flight. Now this is the flight, proposed flight. So we generate a flight. Simbrief is going to go and build your maps, build your charts, and keep everything ready for you. So this is a flight plan that's generated, and you can see all the details that we started off with are all entered. Departure, arrival, alternate, it's selected by itself. Takeoff alternate is selected as well. Now I can view this flight plan. If you have worked in an airline, or if you have your friends, then you would see that everybody before a flight has an OFP, which is an operational flight plan, and they have exactly similar kind of details with the legs, timing, and if you scroll on the chart, you'll have no times, you'll have weather, and then all that leads into a prognostic chart with more information. So this is again a part of Simbrief, and it does that for you. You can print this out if you're doing a serious flight, so just that you know what you're doing and what values you're going to enter in the FMC. Coming back, you can open your entire flight plan in charts. That'll open in the Navigraph app, and you can validate it. You can pre-file it into another software which will pre-flight this and help you connect with the ATC as well. Now, what Simbrief did a while back is they got this Simbrief downloader. It was a small patch they launched, and if you see, my flight plan is already listed here. And this flight plan, initially we had to select Flight Simulator 2020. I had to go to a directory where my 777 was located, and then I could load this particular plan into this particular thing. So this is what I've done: export selected format. These files have been added in the 777 workflow. Now this is what would be my flow initially, but now the best part is if you go to Navigraph Hub, and if you're updating your Navigraph cycle, you will see a new option here that says Simbrief dispatch for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Install this, and once you install this, I'm going to show you what it does inside the flight sim. Now we are inside the flight sim, and this is the new option that you would get once you install the Simbrief package there. So first we only had a button called fly, but now you have a package for Simbrief. So what it is going to do is, like I said, it's going to really make your life easy. The same website is now integrated in the flight sim as an app, and we have to sign in with the account. Once you sign in with the same account which is on the website, you will get all the information that we entered there over here, and in the future onwards you can use this to build up your flight plan, edit flight, saved airframes, exactly the same what we're doing in the website. So as you go to sign in, you will get a prompt to scan in your barcode. That opens on your phone. Once you approve it from your phone, you will be quickly signed on to this particular Simbrief option. So in my case, what happened is I tried to sign in with the barcode that was given, but then it didn't do anything, and then I had to restart my flight simulator, after which it actually signed me in. I mean, nevertheless, I'm in now, and like the same options what we had on the website on the Simbrief, they are all integrated here, and I can go to view flight plan, and we should have the flight plan that we selected over here, and I can select this one. That's the one that I want, and I could do import to sim. Now, like the other options that we saw, I can view a PDF, I can downloads, I can pre-file it, takeoff performance, landing performance. So I'm going to take off from Brussels as per this plan. So they have given the whole OPT tool over here. I can populate the weather. Once the weather is here, I can input the weight, the flap setting, if I need anti-ice for that particular weather, do I need assumed temperature, and then I can just do calculate. So this is my takeoff performance data with all the V speeds that I need, that is V1, VR, V2. So this is all inside this dispatch option that we have in the flight sim. It's really nice. I think they've done a good job, and I should say thanks to Navigraph and Microsoft Flight Sim to get this done easy for us. So having said that, I'm going to import this particular flight plan into the sim. This is my first time, so I didn't know importing flight plan. Do not interact with the flight sim. If you see behind, things are getting changed, and so importing has been done, so that is good. I'm going to go to home. I have view flight plan option, so all that is there. Back to my airplane. Selection of airplane is for 777-300. It says Brussels to Dusseldorf, and now I can go and I can say fly. So I'm going to click on the fly button, and let's see what happens to the FMC now. While the flight plan or the airplane is loading in the background, I would also want you to take a look at this Navigraph software. Now this Navigraph software, you can install it on your phone, you can install it on your Apple or Android tab. How is this going to help you? It's like a physical EFB with you anytime that you want to do a flight. So I go import flight plan, import from Simbrief. This is the new flight plan that I have. I'm going to select it, and now you see all my charts, alternates, everything I need is over here. And how does this help? So if you're doing a flight, those of you who've not done it, you can have your charts, approach plates, departures, runway charts, everything over here, like 10-9, which is generally what we all look into. So 10-9, my chart is here. It shows my parking position, it shows my taxi route, and how do I reach to the beginning of the runway. So I think that's pretty cool, something that we should always have next to us if you're doing a full flight, that is from A to B. If you're just doing a joyride, then this really does not matter. The simulator is up. Let's see what we have in the FMC now. So that's my cockpit, and looks like the parking brake's not set because it's rolling, so I'm going to set the parking brake. Okay, the parking brake set. Let's look at the FMC. So now that I come to the FMC, and what I need to do is fetch the route that I entered and all the flight plan details from the Simbrief dispatch option. So I'm going to come here, I'm going to do a route request. I have 3 flight plans, EBBR to EDDL, select, and it's requesting. Now while it's requesting, I can go to my EFB and start my electronic flight bag, request data from Simbrief, and if you see, the entire flight plan again is loaded onto your EFB. I think this is the way to do a flight. If you have any other better options, if you're watching this video, let me know. Like I said, I'll be happy to learn. So you have everything set up here, from your departure, arrival, your flight plans, and all that you need to run a flight. And if you come back to your FMC, you can just load the flight. Once the flight is loaded, alright, so as you can see, I've activated the route, and if I go to the per minute, all the data that we entered for the airplane are already here. So I'm going to accept the same, what was loaded into the flight plan. You can go to the legs, route data, and you can load the winds, and you have everything ready that you need for your flight. Something more important, after you enter the data, what I've really seen that makes the whole thing more enjoyable is to match your weights in the FS actions, and to make sure your fuel and your weight entries are correct. So that's about it. That was all about the video. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have any doubts, any questions, do drop into your comments. And if you know anything better in flying this plane or the way it is done, let me know. I'll be happy to learn. And this is the captain signing out. Thank you.